that level. But Scof, let's look at the phase that this presents. In a natural setting, young couples or young children, young adults will always indulge in. Mrs. Ofori called it early courting, and they might not live together, but some willingly would come and wash, clean the house, just to portray themselves as good partners and better house for future relationships. How different is that from cohabitation, even though we know that they will be living together in this case?
Well, I think that the subject matter on the table today is about living under one roof. So I don't know whether if the person goes to the guys and clean up or something of that sort as part of their grounds, preparing themselves into the marital status. It is quite also alarming to mention here that if you compare the ladies of today, even my age mate, to our mothers, and you wouldn't take time to know what she's able to do as a woman must do. And we are saying she shouldn't go over, or maybe the guy shouldn't go over and even sort of test and see what she's able to do in a home, then we are making a very big mistake. Because I have female friends, and if you ask them this question, you desire to be married, what are you taking into the marriage? I'm not talking about material things. Then they go aback and go like, what are you talking about? Then I ask, you want this from a guy, what are you also sending into the marriage? I have friends who can only fry eggs. I have friends who are only good at boiling what they call braised rice, what they call angwamo, that kind of thing. And is this what you are sending into a guy's home? How would I know what you are able to do? Others, you go to certain homes, and the moment you are a visitor to their daughter, everything that she's supposed to do is curtailed. She spends time with you, sit down, watch movies and everything. How would I know what you are good at? So I believe it is some of these things that are cropping in, because generation is dynamic. Things are changing compared to the days where a family can say, we want to marry from this particular person's home because we know what they are, the kind of caliber of people they are. If you bring such a wife into your home, you will find the difference in singlehood and being coupled. So these are some of the things that is creating the cohabitant aspect or habit. But I believe that, as Osofa rightly said, if you have morals, if you have
principle,
that principle, if you have that value, that yes, we are not married yet, courting, I don't think is very bad, because if we have grown close to our parents and you are to find out what are the mistakes they made before coming together, you realize that most families now, or you hear most parents and adults complain that, well, if I had taken my time, if I had known him a little better, maybe I wouldn't have found myself in this marriage, because the kids are privy to certain things that happen in their homes that has not encouraged them to feel like, if I want to get married, because the examples they are living with is not a good one.
How far would you go with a friend to want to know her enough to marry her?
Well, in my own submissions, mostly when my friends ask me what am I doing, I have certain principles about myself, and I need to know what can be an adapt to it. So knowing what I want, then I begin to seek for what I can also give out. I can pay you some privacy. When I come to your house, I wouldn't expect that you sit with me in the couch and we watch movie all day.
So I expect her to cook for you?
Not necessarily. You got to be observing. You need, because marriage is something that when you enter as a Christian, backing out is very difficult, because there are principles involved, there are morals involved, there is God nature involved. So when I come to your house, and assuming your mom is cooking, very conscious of myself, I need to see you partaking in that aspect.
So what are you in the house for then?
That is what, you think I'm there for a visit, but I am watching a lot of things.
All right.
How you go about handling the home, even if I come and your parents are not there. How, if you are the senior most, how are you able to order your siblings around, put this in shape? Because these are the things that will be happening in our home when we get married. Okay. So if I'm not able to keep a home, then what I come to do in my house?
Right. You know, Mr. Ofori, this has been some of people's excuses, the reason why they'll cohabit to test themselves, not only in bed,